Olam Chesed Yibaneh. We can build a world of love, a world of chesed, a world of compassion, a world of chesed, a world of loving kindness. Shabbat. Shabbat has arrived. I bring you this intentioning, this prayer by Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav. Dear God, stir my heart with the spirit of joy. Imbue my arms and my legs with that spirit, for my arms are encumbered and my legs have become heavy with my wrongdoings, with the all of life. Fill me, my God, with the cleansing spirit of holy joy. Enliven all my limbs. Help me raise my hands up and clap. Help me lift my feet and dance, dance, dance. 129 at the top of the page. Reaching for the green.
Waiting for me there.
138 and 139, we pray paragraphs 1 and 2, 5 and 9 of Lecha Dodi. We are fresh after Passover. We all opened our doors to the unknown, to the mysterious, to Elijah, welcoming all who chose to be at our tables, to come, to enter. These values are woven throughout our year, each and every Shabbat. On the 9th and final paragraph, when we stand and face the entrance to our Beit Knesset, we welcome all to be in our midst, all who choose to be part of this holy community. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad ishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shemu tiferet v'letila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha ki mekor ha'bracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh v'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitori, kiva orech, uri, shir daberi, kavod Adonai, alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Roi v'shalom ateret ba'ala gam b'simcha uv'tzohala toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai yai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. 142. And so we understand that ordinary people can also be messengers of the Most High. They go about their tasks in holy anonymity, often even unknown to themselves. As we transition from pandemic to endemic, we recognize all of those first responders, all of those individuals who have been keeping us safe, who continue to keep us safe, who have put their own well-being on the line to protect our well-being, for those angels, for the peace as we enter, as we dwell together, and as we exit, for the wholeness of Shabbat we celebrate.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boechem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Uni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzeitem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
For the new words, the new melodies, the new prayers, and the ancient words, the ancient melodies that rock us into sacred yearning. 144.
Yitkada v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, Be'alma divra chirutei, V'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon uv'yomechon, Uv'chayetecho Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Ba'agala, Uv'zman kariv, V'immeru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach, Le'olam ul'almei Omaya, Yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yitadar, v'yit'aleh v'yithalal, Shmei dekudesha berichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram ve'alma v'imru. Amen.
145 at the bottom. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence. If and as you are able, we are called to stand. 146 for the call to worship. So a gentle reminder that if ever we needed to exit the Beit Knesset in an emergency situation, you always could leave through the doors you came from or the back sanctuary doors. The kitchen doors go out to the religious school and to the back exits, of course, on the other side of the social hall. And what we always gently want to remind everyone is if there was ever a need, we could exit up the bima and behind Alexandra, behind Bob, with the emergency exit. We should not know from it, and so important to be aware. 148. We are amazingly aware of the seasons changing, of the sense of renewal and hope, possibility, and spring. Every Friday night, Ma'ariv Aravim reminds us of this notion.
Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim ma'ariv aravim bechokma poteach she'arim ubituna mishana etzim ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע ברצונו יאי די 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 יאי די 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 וחושך מבני אור ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני שבעות שמו יאי די 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 יאי די 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 אל חי וקיים תמיד
150, Ahavat Olam always precedes the Shema. Ahavat Olam, unconditional, overflowing love. Mary Oliver brings this blessing. My work is loving the world. Here the sunflowers, there the hummingbird, equal seekers of sweetness. Here the quickening yeast, there the blue plums, here the clam deep in the speckled sand. Are my boots old? Is my coat torn? Am I no longer young and still half perfect? Let me keep my mind on what matters, which is my work, which is mostly standing still and learning to be astonished. The Phoebe, the delphinium, the sheep in the pasture, which is mostly rejoicing, since all the ingredients are here, which is gratitude, to be given a mind and a heart and these body clothes, a mouth with which to give shouts of joy to the moth and the wren, to the sleepy dug-up clam, telling them all over and over how it is that we will live forever.
Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael.
152, as you are able, we stand.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. 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 155, we pray the Ve'ahavta together. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your source. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai HaShekhinah. Adonai Elohechem Emet. 157, we pray responsively in the middle of the page. In a world torn by violence and pain,
A world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one divine presence in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again, we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to the one source, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
158. Like Miriam and Moses, like Nachshon and Tzipporah, like Bnei Yisrael, we look for the courage to be one with these words.
Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai yai lai 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 yai lai 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 Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot o sefer elef Nora tehilot o sefer elef Malchutecha ra'ud alecha Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Tehelianu ve'amru Tehelianu ve'amru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 yai lai yai lai lai Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 lai
161 and 160, we pray the Hashkivenu in English and in Hebrew, asking for divine sheltering protection as the evening is upon us.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, l'shalom.
Shabbat Shalom Lecha.
Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Hashkiveinu the Shalom the Shalom the Shalom.
164, the privilege of Tfilah Belachash, the heart of prayer, a prayer where we draw from the hearts, each of us whispering loud enough so that we can hear the prayer that we offer on this Sabbath. As you are able, we stand and face Yerushalayim. The traditional tefillah continues through 180. As you have completed your offering, work your way back to your seats.
Open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la. use shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, yaseh shalom aleinu, oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol, ve'al kol, ve'al kol, Yisrael, ve'al kol, ve'al kol, ve'al kol, yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen, ve'imru amen. We ask for peace on earth, and we say amen. Ve'imru amen, ve'imru amen. We raise our voice as one as we say amen.
570. I want to share with you that I have counted the Omer my entire life, but as an adult, it has had particularly profound meaning for me, and perhaps one of the sweetest gifts is that this year, after having all 5 of my children home for Pesach, Shai and Bar decided that they would count the Omer with me this year. So every night, and before I came to shul tonight, the 3 of us count together.
Hineni muchanu mezuman, hineni muchanu mezuman, hineni muchanu mezuman, lekayem mismat aseh. Hineni muchanu mezuman, hineni muchanu mezuman, hineni muchanu mezuman, shel sfirat ha'omer. Dear God, let me feel close to you. Grant me satisfaction with my life. Let me rejoice in that closeness, and let me turn that satisfaction into a sense of self-worth, not one based in arrogance or in feelings of self-importance, but a humble self-esteem rooted in holiness. For those who are able, we stand as we fulfill the mitzvah. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Hayom, 14 yom, shehem shvu'ayim la'omer. Today is the 14th day, which is 2 weeks of the Omer. Feel free to be seated.
are you God? Where am I? Every week in my rabbinate, there is someone who asks me, and where was God? And this week is no exception. As the world remembered the Holocaust, Yom HaShoah, Wednesday evening and Thursday, at our shul, our community-wide remembrance will be on Sunday morning at 11:30. It is a painful moment to face the query, where was God during the slaughter of 12 million people, 6 million Jews, systematically annihilated for no other reason than their religion or the color of their skin or their gender identity or their political association. It is a painful thing to face the query, where was God? And where is God? As thousands of civilians, women and children are trapped under a steel plant in Mariupol, a world where Ukrainian soldiers and civilians are executed in the street with their hands bound behind their back, a world where women and girls are held in cellars for weeks, repeatedly tortured and raped before they are summarily executed. Where are you, God? Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav poses this question in his work, Aye, from Likutei Mohoran, a collection of Rabbi Nachman's major teachings. He quotes Deuteronomy 4:29, and from there you will search for the Lord your God, and you will find God if you search after God with all your heart and all your soul. The question, where are you, God, requires us to ask, where am I? This is the way to find the presence. Find yourself. Reveal your deepest truth and elevate your intentions, your mindfulness, your heart, and your soul. Elevate your life, and you will find God. That's the purpose of this place. That's the purpose of Judaism. That is the purpose of prayer. That is the purpose of counting the Omer. Likutei Mohoran 2:12, Rabbi Nachman teaches, when a person only follows his own ideas, he can fall into many errors and pitfalls. There are cases of people who have caused tremendous damage, like the famous great villains who led the world astray, all through their intelligence and cunning. The essence of Judaism is to go in pure innocence and simplicity with no sophistication whatsoever. Make sure that whatever you do, God is there. We live in a society We are part of a culture that honors serving self. Our Jewish teaching guides us, urges us, compels us to reach beyond self to something bigger. This is the journey of the Omer. Beginning on the second night of Passover, as we did, we count 7 days for 7 weeks, equaling 49 days. And then, Lamacharat, the next day, as prescribed in Torah, is Shavuot, revelation, communion with the divine, knowing exactly where God is. As you know, the festival of Shavuot is the only Jewish holiday that is not prescribed in the Torah with a date. Rather, it's identified in relationship to Pesach, liberation, breaking from the shackles of bondage, and then beginning the journey, 49 days, recreating ourselves 7 days, 7 days, 7 days, a recreation 7 times until we are able to reach revelation. And revelation, Shavuot, is inextricably linked to breaking the bonds of enslavement. So I'm going to ask you, what enslaves you? And more importantly, are you addressing the ways that you are held down, that you are kept back, that you are not fully actualizing your essence? You're not fully happy. You're not fully satisfied. You're not at one with the sacred. Rabbi Nachman describes this process of revelation as removing a klippah after klippah after klippah, a layer upon layer upon layer that obscures the actualized essence of your being. Last week, our wonderful rabbinic intern, Jack, spoke with you about Sfirat HaOmer as a practice that places you in sacred time. Tonight, we notice how this practice guides us in revealing sacred being. The Kabbalistic understanding of the Omer period correlates the Omer with 7 sfirot, 7 notions of divine emanation: Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Malchut. Chesed, overflowing, loving kindness, compassion. Gvura, strength and justice. Hod, beauty and balance. Netzach, eternity, glory and splendor. Yesod, foundation, intimacy, generativity, and finally, Malchut, majesty, the source of the sacred. As God, the source of everything, is manifest in everything, so everything is manifest in the divine presence. During the Omer, we establish a course by which we discover, uncover, and draw back the layers that keep the sacred hidden from us. So stay with me. The first week, last week, was devoted to compassion. Imagine a full week devoting yourselves to the intentions of loving kindness. We moved through the 7 sfirot, the 7 emanations, and we revealed a truth about chesed, about loving kindness, compassion within compassion, strength within compassion, beauty and balance within compassion, eternity within compassion, splendor and justice within compassion, foundation, intimacy, generativity within compassion, and majesty, the sacred within compassion. And then this past week, the second week that we just concluded tonight, loving kindness within might. Might within might. Beauty within might. Eternity within might. Splendor within might. Foundation within might. And tonight and tomorrow throughout the day, majesty, the sacred within might, malchut shebegvura. What could that look like? What would our world look like? What would our lives be like if we could inhabit within ourselves and make room in the world for the holy, the sacred, as an integral and woven part of might? If we did, there would be no trapping of hundreds of people in a steel mill under siege. If we did, there would be no executions of soldiers or civilians in the streets. There would be no torture or rape of women and girls. Frankly, there couldn't be war if we could uncover the divinity within us for meeting the divinity in the world. That's the inherent challenge. That's the urging and the calling of your faith. The counting of the Omer is a choice to live one's spiritual teachings, to embrace one's Jewish values, to welcome soulful inspiration into one's day and being and identity and values and very essence. This year, I am counting the Omer with you Friday nights, any of you who study with me when we study, and with my daughters each and every of the 49 days. Do you want to be inspired? Do you want to be connected to Jewish wisdom? Do you want to feel grounded and hopeful and connected to one another? Do you want to feel connected to God? You ask, where is God? I challenge us to respond, here I am. Hineni. Olam chesed yibaneh. We can build a world of love. Olam chesed yibaneh. Chesed yibaneh, ya la 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 la. Olam chesed yibaneh, ya la 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 la. Olam chesed yibaneh, ya la 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 la. Chesed yibaneh, ya la 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 la. I will build this world from love, ya la 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 la. And you must build this world from love, ya la 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 la. This world from love, ya la 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 la. Then God will build this world from love, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. $371. We call in healing at this moment for Susan Bosch, Evelyn Bowler, Phyllis Fillmore, Steve Fleischer, Joyce Krasnow, Margaret McDowell, Mary Miller, Richard Miller, Errol Nadler, Alicia Okram, Jim O'Dowd, Stephanie Payusko, Joni Savego, Elaine Trott, Bev Ushko, Norman Ushko, Phil Masculette, Laura Gelber, Richard Gelber, Lauren Petties. If you have names that you would like to share this evening, when my eyes meet yours, please feel free to share them.
Claude Schlater.
Bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. A moment to pause for announcements. Tomorrow morning, our minyan begins at 10 a.m. I hope that you will choose to be with us in person. For anyone who cannot, please, of course, join us virtually. A gentle reminder to everyone that it is supremely safe here at synagogue. We are really protecting one another, and we look forward to everyone finding their way back to Beit Knesset as soon as you are comfortable. Sunday, May 1st, is a full day. We hope to see the whole community come together. Our Jewish Learning Adventure begins at 9:30, and at 11:30, we will have our Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Observance for an hour. We always move Yom HaShoah to observance on Sunday so that we get all of the generations, the little ones and the long-standing members. This year, Mark Grunblatt will speak as his father, Dr. Jacques Grunblatt, Zichrono Livracha. Ilana Berger will speak as her father, Robert Laszlo Berger, Zichrono Livracha. Jonathan Billig will speak as his relative, Zivia Lubetkin, Zichrona Livracha. And I will speak as my teacher, Elie Wiesel, Zichrono Livracha. We are taking on their voices to honor the memory of these Holocaust survivors so that their memories are passed down from generation to generation. All of my classes next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, are ongoing. Please join me for classes, for Chai, for all of the work that we do together. PJ Library Storytime with CEHV's Jewish Learning Adventure, together with Jewish Federation from 4:30 to 5. And my new Intro to Judaism class will begin now in May at 7:30. It will be twice a month. It's wonderful that we have 8 participants in the Intro to Judaism class. Certainly, if there's anyone else who really wants to be part of this, this is the time to let me know so you can begin with us at the beginning. Next Friday, Tat Shabbat begins its summer schedule. It will be once a month, not in the middle of the month, Saturday morning, but rather on the first Friday of each month in May, June, July, and August. Tat Shabbat begins at 5:30, followed by an early Kabbalat Shabbat service at 6. And come June, we will begin to do the first and the second Shabbatot at 6 outdoors, weather permitting, here at CEHV. The last day of the Jewish Learning Adventure is May 22nd. There will be a Lag BaOmer picnic at noon. And confirmation. The 10th graders are being confirmed here at our synagogue. They have been learning with us from pre-K through 10th grade. That's a big deal. We're one of the synagogues where most of our students continue post-B mitzvah. I hope that matters to you as it matters to me. I encourage you. I invite you, I urge you to show up, to let them know what a big deal they are, that their learning matters to this community. Put onto your calendars Tikkun Leil Shavuot, June 4th. At this moment, it's at 10:30 p.m. Keep your eyes peeled. I may do a one-year exception and make it earlier. We will be doing the sunrise Shavuot service on Shabbat morning, not the following morning. So some changes are happening in our midst. But all of that to say, Tikkun Leil Shavuot will be an opportunity for me to teach about afterlife, Jewish texts on afterlife. And it may be that we will have a guest speaker that evening. We have an Israel trip forming on June 25th, 2023. There's a sign-up sheet if you're interested, or contact Alexa Markovitz or me. And our Ukraine humanitarian aid relief continues. I hope that you noticed the medical supplies that are being collected at our greeters table, and each and every day, Monday through Sunday, here at Congregation Emmanuel. Thank you to the Tikkun Olam committee that is getting those supplies up to Kerhonkson, where they are being sent by the Kerhonkson Ukrainian Church. If anyone here would like to help to underwrite the postage to send these medical supplies, please contact me or the Tikkun Olam committee. And as you leave this evening, please remember to take a brown paper bag so that you can add some fresh fruit and vegetables in the bag and drop it off at the blue fridge when you next do your weekly shopping. All of this information is on our website, and we urge you to follow up on the things that are intriguing for you and to try the things that you have not yet tried. 594, why should I wish to see Hamakom better than this day? I see something of HaShekhinah in each hour of the 24 and each moment then in the faces of men and women. I see God, and in my own face in the glass. I find letters from Hatzur dropped in the street, and everyone is signed by Yud He Vav He's name. And I leave them where they are, for I know that wheresoe'er I go, others will punctually come forever and ever. As a congregation, we have two very recent losses in the last week. Our congregation stands with the Sarinsky family on the loss, on the death of Helen Sarinsky. Our congregation stands with Adam and Alyssa Futterman and the Futterman family on the loss of Ellen Futterman. Zichronam Levracha. So many in our congregation are observing their Shana. I have those names here. If you are observing Shana, I invite you to stand now, the year of the loss of your loved one. And now I will share the names of yahrzeits of loved ones who died in this season in years past. I invite you to stand when your loved one's name is called. Rachel Adler, Ruby Appel, Sadie Blum, Phoebe Faye Cohn, Barry Cohn's mother, Frank B. Cohen, Joseph Cohen's father, Betsy Connolly, Barbara Cohen's mother, Francis Jacobs, Irene J. Kaplan, Harriet Ann Kelly, Ruth Heisman's sister, Mary Krasnoff, Wolf Oppenheimer, Murray Perlman, Francis Ritchie, Conrad Robinson, Charles Raufberg, Morris Samter, Florence D. Saunders, Gail Saunders' mother, Rosalind Shapira, Robert Scher, Jesse Scher's father, Joseph Schlaffenberg, Esther Soltanoff, Sidney Steinberg, Lori Blanchard's grandfather, and Judy Blanchard's father, Mary Turkinich, Ronald and Phyllis Wofield, remember with love. for those named, and for those not named, whose graves are unmarked, who left no one to say Kaddish for them, for the people of every race and nation who live their lives as a blessing to humanity, for the fallen Ukrainians who are fighting for their right to be free and to live in peace. We stand together and honor them, shoulder to shoulder. 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayeichon u'vyomeichon u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lalmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudesha barichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shmaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol b'nei Adam ve'imru. Amen. 645, we are on a journey. Lechi lach.
Shall be a blessing. Lechi lach.
So a little birdie told me that my board is organizing to figure out how to reinstate our kiddushes. So we are looking to begin doing onegs. I bet you want to be part of making that happen. Be certain to reach out to Jeff Greenberg or any of the board members so that we can start to gather again and celebrate. Vayehi erev, vayehi voker, yom hashishi, vayechulu, hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzva'am, vayechol Elohim vayom hashvi'i, melachto asher asa. וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי
ויקדש
אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. סברי. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה וראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת עם כל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן. המוציא לחם מן הארץ, we give thanks to the source above. Our voices rise in song
together
as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. L'chaim, it's great to see you. Thank you, Karen.